What is up, guys? So possibly one of the hardest KOs in UFC history. Josh Emmett landing an overhand right on Bryce Mitchell, which put his lights out, put him on the canvas, put him unconscious. And not only that, he began to have a seizure, started convulsing. And it was just a very concerning sight to see for everybody watching. I mean, Bryce Mitchell was unconscious for maybe 4 or 5 minutes or longer. Then eventually he began to stand up. They stood him up. And, Joe Rogan was saying, sit the guy down. Do not let him stand up, because in this state, he could injure his legs. He could tear something in his knees. But fortunately, it looks like none of that happened. Bryce Mitchell recently came out and reacted to this whole situation.
Hey, y'all, I just watched the fight back, and I wanted to give y'all my basically live reaction to it. My first thoughts were that was an incredibly hard knockout, and I'm really lucky I didn't get hurt any worse, because my head's not hurting. I feel just fine. I'm right back to work. This is that barn that I was working on when I took the fight. You can see, got a lot of work left to do, but that's what I'm up to, okay? But I want to let y'all know that I'm so happy with Josh Emmett, because right after he knocked me out, he could have followed up with the hammer fist, and it probably would have killed me. And he didn't even follow up with anything. He was just happy with his knockout, and he walked away. And I'm so gracious for that. I will forever remember that. And I love that whole team, that alpha male team. I love every single one of you guys. And thank you for not hitting me extra, Josh. It takes more of a man to actually do that. Everybody thinks you're more manly if you hit them after they go down. It's actually, you're more manly if you walk away and care about that person. Thank you so much, Josh. And also, too, I want to thank Joe Rogan. God bless you, Joe Rogan. Thank you so much for what you said after that fight. You took command on that microphone, and you said, do not let Mitchell stand. And you were absolutely right, Joe. I was totally out of it. I can't remember anything, actually, until they sat me down in that gurney in the back of the ambulance. So everything where it appears is that I wake up and I'm talking to Dana and talking to everybody. I don't remember none of that. That's not even me there. That's like blackout drunk. Like, I can't remember nothing. And it's actually worse than that, because at least if you're drinking, you kind of have a memory of what happened. But anyways, I'm just so glad that they sat me down in that gurney, and they got me out of there. They escorted me out of there. They had hands up under my armpits the whole time, because they could see that I couldn't walk good. So thank you, the UFC, for how you handled that. And thank you, Joe Rogan, for being the one who stepped up on the microphone and making sure that it was known that I needed medical attention, because you could tell I couldn't walk. If they would have let me walk down that cage by myself, I'd have fell and busted my head open. It'd have been terrible. It'd been a nightmare. So thank y'all for caring about me, Josh and Joe Rogan and UFC. Dana White came in the cage afterwards. And I also fought in front of Chuck Liddell and Donald Trump. And I'm really happy about that. I remember looking at Donald Trump in the face. I remember looking at Chuck Liddell in the face. Like, it was a dream come true. And I'm right back to work on this barn here. So I'm not going to let any of this slow me down. And everybody's making fun of me for thinking that God protected me. And I'm telling y'all right now, he did, because I about met Jesus for real. I mean, it could have been way worse. I could have died. So I'm just so happy that I'm healthy, and that after that fight, they really got me right to that ambulance and sat me down. And once I was sat down, my memory came back, and I'm fine. But I'm glad that nothing else worse happened than what did. And man, I got a lot to be happy for, and I'm blessed. And thank you, and thank God. And I love y'all.
Just great news to hear that Bryce Mitchell is okay. He's thanking Joe Rogan for, saying the thing that needed to be said. Hey, sit him down, because he could get injured. He's not himself. He's not fully conscious. And it turns out that he was correct. And he also thanks Josh Emmett for not doing any follow-up strikes, because he's saying that he could have died had one landed. Just scary things to even think about. But at the end, it seems like he's in good spirits, and that's good to see. But tell me what you guys think about all of this stuff in the comments below.